let me see if I got this straight. I get to pilot Zector, which means, somehow or another, I ended up being the chosen set. But not by old Palatinate over there, per se. You set me up,
Oh, and what makes you say that?
Don't play dumb. I know you've been giving weapons to both us and the Red Constellation. Wouldn't be any of my business ordinarily. But when I fought Baldur, I realized something strange was going on. We duked it out for 3 days and 3 nights straight. And on top of that, this big thing just happened to be sleeping right next to where we died. I can't even remember why we chose that place for our final showdown, but it's obvious to me now. You've been the one pulling the strings behind our backs this whole time.
Relinquish it to it alone.
You never do tire of this, do you? You are the embodiment of delusion.
Compared to me, accept it. You.
Drykos?
Damn. The Argent One comes, but it matters not. No matter where you flee.
Drykos, what was that just now?
It's been an age and a half, Liane. You haven't changed at all from when I last saw you.
Your flattery won't work on me. I assume you heard what became of me from Rhodes?
Indeed. She told me of your revival, and how you'd left Erebonia in secret. What a heartless woman you are. We promised to grow old together, yet you've left me here to grow old on my own.
Even so, my thoughts have always been with you. You and Evelyn's children have grown up splendidly. I regret that I could not have given you the same.
Liane.
Now please, tell me, how long has it been haunting you? And why?
My name is Georg. But the chief told me to pick one, so I took out the G from Gnome and went with that. The idea of having GG as my initials sounded silly to me. Repetitive. That's really all there is to it. When I left the workshop, my real memories were replaced with fake ones. Not that it was so bad. It was as if I'd become a character in a story. I played my role, going to school, making friends, unaware that I'd been regularly reporting back to the workshop the entire time. They'd used the Faceless's hypnosis techniques on it, honestly. Reviving Crow was simply a matter of efficiency. Nothing more. The chief gave me an earful for it, but I knew Crow would be a suitable candidate for the rivalries. That's the only reason I did what I did. It's the same reason I didn't kill Angie.
Now, there's a good boy.
He has a gentle look to him, just like you. We should be glad he hasn't taken after me. Though I suppose if he had my rugged features, he'd have no end of admirers.
I'm sure. Besides, you resemble your father too, don't you? Though I might start to worry if you turn out half as oblivious as him.
How do you mean?
You see? But in a way, that's just what I love about your father. Take care, dear. Best of luck with tomorrow's mission.
I'll be off then. I love you, Kasha. And you as well, Reen.
It's been 180 years since his passing. A wonderful wife and a healthy child. It seems there's no need for me to be concerned. But I fear the darkness still hangs over him. Perhaps it's time I reconsider that invitation.
What? Again? Honestly, you and your research project. Well, whatever it's about this time, just try and make it back for the weekend, all right?
I'll see what I can do. I love you, Irina. Oh boy. What in Adios' name am I doing? Spending my days designing weapons instead of spending time with my wife and daughter? Not that these recent headaches are helping. or these sudden drowsy spells. They couldn't find anything wrong with me at the clinic, though. The Panzer Soldat. With any luck, it'll revolutionize the industry as we know it. But will it be good enough for the professor to approve as my final thesis? Wait, my final thesis? Where did that thought even come from? It's almost as though...
Yes. Open your eyes, Franz Lumen. I have already claimed the king. Accept your fate.
Mr. Franz Reinfurt? I am one of the enforcers of Ouroboros. I've come to retrieve the research report. You are Mr. Reinfurt, correct?
Though that is indeed my name, it is not who I truly am. Franz Reinfurt was nothing more than a temporary alias, a name passed down for centuries from one servant of the Great One to another.
I beg your pardon.
I suppose I should cast my alias aside now. You couldn't have arrived at a better time. I regret to inform you that I will not be relinquishing.
Looking back, I've experienced more than my fair share of misfortune. My parents were wealthy landowners in the north. By some stroke of fate, I was taken in by the Baron of Ymir and sent to Thor's military academy. As the years went by, my career progressed well, granting me many close friends along the way. I met her, the woman who would become my wife. Oh, I experienced my fair share of teasing, but in spite of that, our union was blessed. It was around that time, however.
Relinquish it to me. It belongs to me. Yes. Yeah.
Unable to seek anyone's counsel, by the time we'd married and our son was born, had it returned.
Thank the goddess. You're okay. Please, Killian. I beg of you. Save our child.
No! Why? Damn you, Arundel! What did Kasha and my son ever do to you? I'm your enemy! I'm the one you want! Helios, please! Someone answer me! Goddess or fiend, I don't care! I'll do anything. Take me instead if you must! Just please! Spare our son's life!
Oh, how long I've waited to hear those words. Waited and waited, Dreichels, for 200 long years. This time, you will be my awakener, not the Ashen Knight's. Agree, and I will deliver your son from death.
It was you. You're the one who did this. All of it. But I don't care anymore. Take my body. Take my soul. Do what you will. So long as you save my son. It doesn't matter what happens to me. Ebon Knight, Ishmelga!
There it is, then. The whole truth.
So the duel the boss died in was rigged from the start.
By Black Alberic. But even he was just a puppet.
George, too. Though his...
Yeah. And...
It looked like he was taken over by another persona. The Chief of the Gnome.
The being that possessed him has achieved immortality through means different from mine. I suspect it lives on by becoming one with any descendant of the gnomes it deems worthy.
Father...
We also learned the truth about Aryan Road. She spent 250 years watching over the Empire, as well as the man she loved most.
A saint in the truest sense of the word.
But...
I admit. Why, for instance, did Emperor Eugen go to such lengths to support the Chancellor?
You're right. It all makes sense now. His Majesty had the entire truth in his hands this whole time.
He knew that the Lionheart Emperor, founder of Thors, had been reborn as Gileath Osborne.
I never imagined reincarnation would be possible.
Paranormal bullcrap. Except it's for real this time.
Of all the things for the visions to show us. Those witless fools! Why did Leanne and Dreichels come to me? Did you not say we were friends? Was it all just a lie? No. I am the one at fault.
Grandmother, Rose.
Roselia, what can you tell us about this?
The Ebon Knight.
All signs point to him being the one behind all this.
It radiates an aura unlike any other divine knight we've encountered.
I do not know. This pretend was absent for both the War of the Lions, however.
It may have been the one behind them, or perhaps the one behind every tragic event in Erebonia's dark history.
No way. Valimar, Ordine, and all the other. What if that mind were to become warped by malice?
The Gnomes and the Hexen clan have been at odds from the very start. We stood side by side as we sealed off the Great One, but 800 years ago, after the
And the one behind all of that was the Ebon Knight. It must have taken over the gnomes and made them into its followers. Well, that's the nice way of putting it, I guess.
And so they got involved with all sorts of shady stuff, including the boss's death, moving their evil plans forward the whole time.
Yeah. Even now, that's the curse that Alberic was talking about.
But what's its end goal? Bringing back the Great One? Or is it trying to win the rivalry of the Seven? To become the Great One itself?
Is that what the OZ units were created for? What Milliam gave her life for?
Just the thought of it makes me sick.
We can't let this stand.
Rain?
That thing is the reason for all this suffering. Not only in Erebonia, but in every country surrounding it. Crow, the Lance Maiden, and the Jaeger King were all made into immortals and forced into its game. It took Milliam's life, and the lives of so many others. Major Lecter's father, Major Claire's family, and others still. Innocent people, all made into its victims. Elisa's father, George, my mother, even Chancellor Osborne himself.
Rean, keep it together!
At this rate, the curse will take hold of you.
It seems the truth was too much for him to handle.
Damn it! You gotta get it under control.
Calm yourself, my awakener.